What's happening, sports fans? We welcome you back to another San Diego Prep Insider. We will do our dramatic reveal. It's the San Marcos Knights volleyball team. Everybody's in the frame here perfectly. If we could go real quick, thank you guys for being here. If we could go down the line and just name, grade, and position so that we can introduce you to everybody, please.
I'm Livy Narancich. I'm a senior, and I'm an outside hitter.
I'm Ensley Alden. I am a senior, and I play setter, right side, and outside hitter.
I'm Chloe Narancich. I'm also a senior. I'm a middle.
I'm Kirsten Malig. I'm a senior, and I'm a libero and DS.
And if I'm correct, at least 3 of you are committed already for college. Would you let it? Two. Okay. Would you let everyone know where you guys are committed?
I am going to be attending UCLA to play beach volleyball next year.
You made the right decision.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to University of Utah to also play beach.
Congratulations. What if I can ask, why beach versus indoor? Is that just what was available at that school and that's where you wanted to go, or is it a stylistic you enjoy it more? Because beach seems infinitely harder.
Oh my gosh, you're totally right. It is so much harder in different ways, but ultimately my decision came down to like the time that COVID started, and we couldn't play indoor for quite some time, and so I picked up beach a lot more during COVID and started training and playing in tournaments because it was allowed, and so I got into that eventually.
I also started playing beach last summer, and so with COVID, it's all I could really do, and with like COVID, it's a lot more college opportunities in beach, so it worked out for me.
That seems frustrating for somebody that tried my entire life to be good at sports, that you guys could be like, oh yeah, last summer I just kind of picked up this other thing and I'm going to college for it. Congratulations on that.
Thank
you.
Also congratulations on so far a pretty solid start to your senior season. Tell us a little bit about how this year has gone from your guys' point of view.
It's been really exciting so far. I feel like going into it, like I wasn't really expecting. I was expecting for it to go well, but like I wasn't really thinking about all these big games we were gonna play. Yeah. And then I feel like beating Cathedral was a really big start. We played them in a tournament. It was kind of a last minute game too. Like didn't know what was gonna happen. So that kind of got us all really excited and really hyped up for the season.
It was definitely a surreal moment beating Cathedral and Torrey Pines. So I think that was a good start too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You guys talk about beating Cathedral being obviously something very cool and important to you guys. Where does that rank versus like winning a CIF championship? Because
I feel like for us, they've always we've never beat them before. Like for all 4 years, we've worked really hard, and obviously we won D1, and they've always been open, so it's always been kind of like a goal to beat those higher up teams and like get to that point. So beating them was a really big deal.
Yeah, we've kind of always been the underdogs in the league. Everyone's kind of known about us, but we've never really like made that much of a name for ourselves in that kind of perspective. So being able to beat them and show them like really what we were made of kind of, and just kind of play like a perfect game that day really meant a lot to us, and we're just really surreal.
It definitely built up our reputation too, so.
Mm-hmm. Totally.
What was that? You say playing a perfect game. That was you guys executed start to finish. Everything was perfect. Just everything went according to plan.
Well, I'd say that we went into the game with kind of an expectation that we just had to play our hearts out. Like, there wasn't a lot of pressure on us per se. It was more a target on Cathedral and on Torrey because they were the bigger team. They were like the ones who were projected to win. But when we came out with confidence, and we just played our game. And
we just kind of came out to have fun and play the game we love,
carefree,
with no pressure on our backs about it.
Yeah, totally.
It's like you guys said, you like if you enjoy playing the underdog. Yes, we were talking about dogs. Hey, Kingsley, stop. At what point though do you stop being the underdog? I mean, 14-3, some big wins. How do you guys still keep convincing yourselves, oh, we're still the underdog, or does the mentality ever flip in the season?
I feel like we've just worked really hard like the past 4 years to like beat these teams, and we played them in the past. They've been really good games. So I feel like in the eyes of people, we are the underdogs, but in our minds, like we know we deserve to win these games. We've worked hard to get there.
Sure, yeah. Just collectively, like the past 3 years or so, we've kind of been the underdog, and still now to this day, I feel like we still have something to prove in our spot as seniors, and like.
Is that a CIF championship? Is that a league championship? What is left to prove?
Well, we'll start with league, and then CIF, and we'll probably be in open this year. My guess is so, and then that'll be the first time we're in open. So then. That's when we really have to.
You guys want all the smoke.
Yeah, we really. I mean, yeah, that's what everyone does. Everyone does, but like, we're really, really trying.
You say everyone does, but I feel like there's a lot of teams that in the end shy away from, hey, who cares what seed we are? Let's go to open. We've got to do it at some point. Like, we might as well be the class that does it. That is something that several teams have sat on that couch and been like, that feels like a letdown for our senior year just to have made it to open division. We'd rather have a comfortable shot at a championship. So I applaud you for having
we came
the
in
gusto.
as freshmen. Like, it was our first year as a team being in D1 as a program. So I think that, like, to be able to say we were the first class to be in Division 1 and that we could bring the program to an open division would be really, like, exciting.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the legacy then? Is to just as a senior class, like, what is the senior class legacy you guys are trying to leave?
For us, we kind of talked about before, we pride ourselves a lot in building a really good community and culture in our team. And, like, over the past years, we've won some big games that we weren't really necessarily, like, projected to win because of our community and our culture and, like, how we come together as a team. So after we leave, our big goal is just, like, continue that legacy and community and culture and, like, not just on varsity, but over all 3 teams and really support each other, lift each other up.
Especially now that COVID brought in a lot of new kids to our school and to our sport, that, like, us as seniors and us as a varsity team has, like, been setting an example so far this season so that those kids can carry on our legacy and then create their own legacy and just kind of, like, make their own situation of the team every year.
Yeah.
And yet somehow still be the underdogs throughout all of it, because that's what lights the fire that then, it completes the loop. That has to feel pretty successful, though, looking back on a high school career, that you, as the first class of officially D1, we won a championship. We've made it some great signature wins over the 4 years, and that's really with what you got in like 1.5 games last season.
Oh my gosh, pretty much that's what it felt like.
So, this is basically getting that done in 2 seasons. That has to feel like you came close to accomplishing everything you guys set out to, yes?
Yeah, definitely.
How is it having fans back?
It's so much fun.
Exciting.
Yeah.
Blue Crew turns out pretty well, or do we need to call them out publicly?
Yeah.
No, Blue Crew's been doing really good this year.
Yeah?
Our personal cheerleaders.
Uh-huh.
You guys struggling to convince freshmen to come out to stuff, or have everybody picked up?
Well,
Freshmen could use some help.
Yeah, mostly seniors. Yeah, mostly seniors come to our game. Lots of our friends. I know a few people from Blue Crew. They always are like, "You have a game today? Like, good luck. We'll be there. We'll show up. We'll be loud." Like, some people are like, "Oh, were we too loud?" We're like, "No. Bring more loudness."
A lot of other athletes come to our games too.
Yeah, basketball.
That was always the
kids
exchange
and,
I did. Was please, if you'll sit there and watch us lose badly to Point Loma on a Friday night in football, I will come watch you win volleyball or something like that. The crowd. I will say my favorite chant, I think, in all of high school sports is when a volleyball crowd starts doing the bounce, 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 and they'll just whatever the person is hitting. But in general, I feel like some fans don't know right off the bat what to do and how to properly do it. So if you could maybe give the proper guidance to new volleyball fans that are attending their first game, how should they properly cheer?
Well, I feel like it's sometimes more about, like, cheering after a ball drops, like, for whoever gets the point, whatever. A lot of parents just, clap and scream, which is great, especially if everyone's doing it. What else?
Yeah, volleyball is a huge momentum sport, and it's so funny because a lot of times the better team will always win just because volleyball is kind of a sport where, like, the momentum goes one way or the other. Whichever team has momentum, that's kind of who wins. So definitely volleyball is a major home advantage because
true.
like the team that's louder and getting in their heads, it's such a personal game because there's only 6 people on the court and you can just, like, it's so obvious, like, who's making a mistake and what's happening. So I think it's just, like, a lot of just being loud and cheering.
I also get the sense that a lot of people exhaust themselves in the first game, and sometimes it's 22 to 25, 22 to, like, it can go long, and you need that momentum from the crowd.
Oh my gosh.
Later in the game, and a lot of the people are like, "Whoa, we've been cheering for a lot of points right now, and we don't know exactly what we're doing. We're very tired." But okay, so general though, A+, shout out to the Blue Crew. We appreciate them.
10 out of 10.
100%.
Thank you for coming. Yeah.
You guys have also been the recipients of some of the cooler video production. Your student technology there seems amazing. What has that been like to have Alex Pause and then I forget who it is that's doing them this year?
Sean Denninger.
But yeah, like that has to be something you actually look forward to every year.
Oh my gosh.
What is that experience
It
like?
makes us so much more hype, and, like, I don't know what it is about it, but something about, like, playing with someone videotaping
Makes you
you.
feel
Like,
kinda cool.
It makes you feel
Yeah.
cool. It makes you feel like kind of professional. Like the school cares about you. Like people are supporting you.
It's definitely also helped promote our sport a lot. Like I
Yeah.
feel like way more fans have been coming since we've had those videos.
Well, genuinely, those go decently viral. Like they have really good exposure. So I
Yeah.
have been curious. Like you feel like you're getting people. Hey, Kingsley, over here. Come on, come shoot your stuff over here. You genuinely feel like people turn out more because of that, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's the same with football games. Like if there's a hype video for football, people are gonna show up, and
I've
more
been
parents are
screaming
gonna
that
show
from the
up.
mountaintops that more people need to put hands in cameras
Cameras
in
in
kids'
kids' hands. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I see that going on. I get very distracted and concerned that she's going to cause an issue. Please be nice. The perils of working from home. But yeah, I've long said that that's like something that I don't get why more schools don't do it. Because
Yeah.
you can make even a mediocre football team.
Exactly. Look
sorry.
like they're so good.
You can make even a good football team look really, really good like that. Although it does end up being basically, and I know you guys probably all hate Carlsbad in principle, like they're league-ish rivals with you guys, but the loud crowd there gets a very cool video treatment every
their
week.
videos are-
Yeah.
And I watched both of your schools, and I'm like, the hell did I even say I was proud of as a student section in high school? Like, oh my gosh, that's pretty, that's pretty much the best thing I've ever seen. What is that like for you guys being in it on a Friday night
Oh,
for
it's
football
so
or for
fun.
basketball
So
or for
fun.
anything? Yeah.
We all look forward to home games for sure.
Yeah. We have one this Friday. Super excited.
What's the theme this Friday?
Aloha,
Tropical.
tropical, like Hawaiian theme.
Okay, so lots of floor. I guess I'm doing
Yeah,
like
I guess I'm fitting in.
Totally.
Fair enough. I can appreciate that. Who picks those?
ASB.
Our ASB picks
We vote on them sometimes.
Yeah.
Do we approve though of ASB's job so far
Yeah,
this year with
they did
themes
really
and
good.
everything?
They're really good
Classic themes going on.
Mhm.
It's good to have these back and like, cause the year before we didn't get them, and we were all super bummed that like no themed football games, no home games, like no hype kind of student section. But now it's like, wow, we're really getting back into
Is
it.
that the thing that you think you missed the most from
Yeah.
from looking back now, like of all this stuff from COVID that I didn't have? Is the specific engagement of going on a Friday night, or like what do you think you missed the most?
Yeah, I feel like it's just like the classic high school stuff, like homecoming, football games. You're just sad to miss out on those because you don't get the
Yeah, like
opportunity.
especially
a
going
lot.
to a big school at San Marcos, like in middle school and everything, everyone just knew how big our student section was, and we all looked forward to like being able to be a student in high school, to be able to sit in that student section. So it's just super exciting, like being in it. It's always fun.
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear that you guys knew about that in advance. That
Oh,
your school was
totally.
big.
It was
Yeah.
Every time I walk on that campus, I'm like, okay,
It's like a mini college campus. Everyone
Yeah.
says.
you guys are better than most Division III type colleges
Yeah,
that are
totally.
hidden somewhere in like the mountains. Definitely a very nice campus. I actually enjoyed the basketball finals or whatever whenever they're hosted there. There's usually the D5 game is there, and it's a much better setup than a lot of that. Next couple of games you guys have coming up, as I have to wake my computer back up. You have LCC, Westview, Del Norte. Then it looks like a tournament, and then you're into the final stretch. Who is left in this season that you guys have really circled on your calendar, like looking forward to that game, or that's one more big opponent that we need to challenge ourselves against?
Well, we're in a pretty tough league this year, so I think going into it, we're just going in with like a lot of preparation, I guess you could say, just because we do have a really tough league and we want to be able to be league champions. And we know that beating Torrey Pines Cathedral and just kind of making this name for ourselves so far this season kind of puts a target on our back. And every team just kind of wants to beat us, I think. So going into league, I just think we want to beat all the teams in league because it is going to be a really good game every game, I think, and good competition.
Yeah.
Who's the main rival as a program? I mean, I get that Mission Hills is as a
Probably
school, but
Carlsbad.
Yeah, probably
Carlsbad.
Carlsbad.
Oh, so then I hit it on the nail. You don't
Yeah,
like Carlsbad
yeah,
at
Yeah.
all.
Well, we love them. We love the team, but it's always just been like a back and forth kind of thing. But earlier this season, actually, we beat them on their home court for the first time ever. In 3 too, in straight sets, and it was like such. It
And
was.
that's a
It was
no-doubter.
one. It was a no doubt.
3-0 is get out of here. We took care of business today. Is that the best road win of all time for you guys? Like, where has been your favorite place to win at?
That was definitely a fun game.
That was probably
Because
one
our
of the
sophomore
best.
year, we played them probably like 5 times.
Yeah.
And we beat them
What?
we beat them every time except for at their
At their
home.
gym, yeah.
So it was really exciting.
So
to be able
4-0 at your home or
Pretty
neutral
much.
sites,
Yeah.
1-0
Yeah.
in their gym.
Yeah.
We've
Oof.
had played
We're
them in
0-1.
a tournament.
To win a tournament.
to win
sophomore
a
year.
tournament, to go to CIF
to
championships, and then.
But the one loss at
Just
their
a home
home
game.
stings the most.
Right,
And
yeah.
The other one's feeling great. You're
Yeah.
like,
Pretty much.
damn it, that one got
But
away.
this year we took it away and we were
Yeah.
just like, we're done losing
Got it
here.
done.
So we did.
So something like that is right behind Cathedral's win. Is Cathedral still the bigger win, or is that one kind of, because that was a personal one for you guys? Did that feel better as a program?
I
It
feel
felt good in different ways.
it did, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like it was
that
a
was
different
a
feeling.
hit
definitely
different?
a
Yeah.
personal win.
No
different.
cap or something
That
like
was
that?
definitely a personal win, yeah.
Look, I try. We have a TikTok now. I'm trying.
Oh my gosh.
You guys already said that you're, looking for a championship. That's kind of where the bar is set, and I feel like some of that has to do with the ritual routine, the juju, the mojo of the team, and a big thing of that is the aux chord and control. Or it's
Oh
not even
my
aux
gosh.
chord anymore. It's who has Bluetooth. But who's in control of the music? You understand the general slang of where I'm going.
Yeah.
Who has control? Okay.
Chloe and
These two
Kirsten.
over here.
Do we approve?
Oh
Is
yeah.
it-
Yeah.
is it-
Totally.
So give us a little sample of the magic playlist, if you will, come game day.
I was waiting for this question.
Really? Nobody here has ever answered it with this much enthusiasm going in. Most teams are kind of ashamed of it. They're like, we can't tell public, but please lean into the mic and nail this.
It's a big mix. We have
Oh,
a lot
yeah.
of Pitbull.
Mr. Worldwide.
Soldier Boy.
Soldier Boy,
What else?
Drake.
Drake. And
Some
then
Doja
Like,
Cat.
do we like the new Drake album?
Oh,
Anything
yeah,
off that? Or is it all
That's a
older
good
It's
Drake?
idea.
more like
but-
throwbacks, old songs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
and then we have some country mixed
A
in
couple
there.
country songs. That
Is
Yeah.
country just Wagon Wheel? Or do you have other country songs? Because so far I'm guessing like 50-50 of it is people just choosing Wagon Wheel
Oh,
by
yeah,
Dirk
that's her
Bentley.
forte, so.
just a couple, like old throwbacks in their classics.
Carrie Underwood,
Florida Georgia Line.
a few of those.
Nice. Very nice. Anything
Everyone,
that would
everyone sings along to those ones too. So it's like
Mhm.
the ones
that's
that kinda
always why you
everyone knows.
advocate for
Change the
country.
vibe.
Yes, is because everyone can sing along to it very
Yeah.
easily. Did we leave anything off the playlist?
Just a lot of early 2000 songs we have.
Please
that
hit me.
gets us
That's
pretty
that's my childhood. I want to hear some more of what do you count as cool from the early 2000s?
I'm trying to think too.
Pull out the playlist.
Oh yeah.
We have the technology.
See. Get a little reminder.
Because I've heard some really good answers and I've heard some really weird answers so far. We had a team come on here and say that they play a Beethoven's symphony,
Oh,
like a
wow.
whole symphony start to
I
finish
feel
every
like-
practice.
I feel like when teams come in our gym for home games, they always say they always are dancing along to our playlist and everything.
Is that good though? Do you want the other team's hype also, or
I do. It makes for a fun game.
It makes for a fun game.
so that gets you a
Yeah.
little proud? You're like, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. I respect that. I respect
I
that.
pride our music taste, but
It's tricky. Right Round by Flo Rida. That was a good one.
I can appreciate all this. I like this.
2016's God's
Yeah.
Plan and My
Yeah.
Feelings.
Nice. Classics.
Classic.
Change around.
Some Dua Lipa featuring
Post
the
Malone.
baby.
Is there one that everybody likes to sing together the most? Like, what's the absolute
Juju on that
slapper?
beat.
Juju on that,
That
beat.
one's always a good
Yeah.
one.
Can we get a rendition of it right now?
Oh, I think it's a full team thing.
Juju on
You need
that
the,
beat.
you would do, so we need to ask for someone from the
Yeah, we-
the
Maybe a
Blue Crew to
video.
get a video of that
Yeah,
for going
probably.
for next week. Fair enough. Let's make that happen.
Yeah, those are our main ones.
I can respect it. I like it. I obviously I approve. Anything's better than listening to an hour and a half of classical music every practice like that team said they do. It feels absurd. Who has the gym that also matches? Is there another team that we need to give respect to, or what for their musical tastes? Or does everyone else's musical taste when you go to other gyms, you're like, this all sucks. None of you have any.
When we were at Otai,
I was gonna say Otai.
earlier this
Otai?
season, I feel like they're the only team that I can remember that was actually playing
Yeah.
music, good music
Good
during
music,
our warm
yeah.
up.
Music
Low
we
key,
all know.
Otai, nobody gets that they're they're a legitimate
Yeah.
volleyball thing.
Oh, yeah.
Like they're like
Oh,
a
yeah.
powerhouse,
Mhm.
especially for the South Bay region. And everyone's
Yeah,
like, "What do you mean Otai?" I'm like, "Yeah, man, you got to put mad respect always on Otai
Yeah,
for
they're
some
a good
reason."
team.
Yeah, Eastlake comes and goes a little bit more on the guys' side, I feel like, but Otai's just the entire time I've been doing this job, consistently good. I'm like,
Yeah.
very
Yeah,
few
no,
schools
they're good
maintain that
coaching
kind of stuff.
Too, their coaching
Yes, their coach is awesome. You guys have an awesome coach as well. I appreciate you guys being on with us. We will have all the information about, like you said, your next couple of games coming up. But if people had to come to one other one, do you have a senior night or a big other single game that you want to promote? People can turn out to look forward to later on this year.
I think our senior night
Should I
is
check?
October.
Or we should check. Well, we can include it. We
Okay.
can post it. Include it in the information below this video. But any team specifically that you want to see people come out and support to maybe the younger freshmen at your school we can talk directly to right now and say, hey, show up to this one?
No.
Well, we only really have league until like CIF, and we're not really sure who will play for CIF. But
Well, of course, all the playoff games then.
right,
Deal.
everyone
We'll-
should
we'll-
be coming to all the
We'll
playoff
leave it
games.
on that note. They are that confident that they're going to the playoffs. So they're like, we'll come to the important ones. Thank you guys so much for being on with us. Best of luck the rest of the season. Is it just go Knights, or is there a specific team phrase or saying this year that we can end on?
Lady Knights.
Lady Knights.
Just go Lady Knights.
Lady
Deal.
Knights.
Fair enough. Hey, not everybody has one. I appreciate you guys coming in, though. Thank you very much, and best of luck this season.